Today we're going to be making a Mexican sandwich called Pambazo. Come on, let's get started.
Todo queda sabroso.
So I love sandwiches, and in the Latin community, there are many varieties of sandwiches, Mexico being one of them. And so I decided to do a series called Mexican Sandwiches, starting off with a pambazo. Pambazo. Pambazo is a sandwich where the bread is soaked in this Guajillo chili sauce, and then it's fried and filled with chorizo and potatoes, and it is the pambazo. Okay, so here I have the ingredients. I have the chorizo, and I'm using Cacique brand. We also have some potatoes that I simply diced, onions, and some garlic. We also have some refried beans. We're going to be using queso blanco. I'm also going to be using cotija cheese. This is optional, but I like the saltiness of the cotija. We have some shredded lettuce, some Mexican crema, and of course, la telera bread. Now, depending on where you're from, it might be difficult to get the actual pambazo bread. I'm very fortunate that I have a local bakery that sells a bread that's comparable to pambazo, and that is Telera bread. You can also use what is called a bolillo. And really what you want is a nice thick bread that's going to hold the filling, but also to be soaked in the chili mixture. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to boil these potatoes for about 10 to 15 minutes until they're somewhat tender. And I'm just going to add a little bit of salt. Okay, so here I have the Guajillo chili. And I've said this before and I'll say it again. Whenever you're using dry chilies, even though they're dry, they shouldn't be brittle. They should be actually pliable. That's how you know you have a fresh dried chili. And all we're going to do is get rid of the seeds. Then I'm going to take my chilies, put them in a pot, along with a quarter onion and 3 garlic cloves. I'm going to add some water and bring this to a boil so that the chilies are soft enough so that we can puree them. Okay, so now I have my Guajillo chilies. I'm going to add them to my Vitamix blender along with any liquid that's left. I'm also going to add an additional cup of water. I'm going to add about a teaspoon of salt, about a half a teaspoon of cumin, and about a half a teaspoon of oregano. Then we're going to blend this on high speed. For about 45 seconds. There you have Guajillo chili sauce, nice and smooth. Okay, we're going to add about a half an onion that we diced. Now we're going to add our chorizo. Okay, now that my chorizo is broke down, I'm going to add the cooked diced potatoes. I'm also going to season with a little bit of salt and then mix that all around. This is optional, but I like to smash it a little bit. Smash those potatoes. Almost looks like corned beef hash. And then this is optional as well, but I like to add about a quarter cup of that red chili sauce. Get that flavor in there. Now we're ready to fry our telera bread. To another pan, I'm going to add enough oil to fry our bread. So I already cut the telera bread in half, but I didn't go all the way through. You want to do this first so that you're not trying to cut it while it has all that sauce on it. Then we're going to take that sauce and we're simply going to dip the telera bread in that sauce. Look how beautiful that color is. Make sure you get everything all coated, and then we're simply going to fry it. Okay, so here we have our telera bread that was soaked in that Guajillo sauce. Just going to open it up. And now what I want to do is I want to take some refried beans. chorizo potato mixture. Then I like to add the queso fresco on top of that. I'm gonna add a little bit of salsa verde. Then we're gonna take some shredded lettuce. I'm gonna take that Mexican crema, just drizzle it right over the top. And then last but not least, top it off with a little bit of cotija cheese. Flip that bad boy over. Look at that. Is that not a thing of beauty or what?